everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Whitney, and today I'm coming at you guys talking about something not heavy, but you know, it's an experience. So I just wanted to update everyone on my life today on this beautiful Tuesday. You know, today we're back at it with another Tuesday Talks. I don't know if you guys peeped it, but I've been posting a lot on my channel. Yes, I have. Ignore last week, but I've been doing it, right? So we have Moving Up Mondays, we have Tuesday Talks, we have whatever random on Wednesday and Thursdays, maybe Wednesday, Thursdays, or maybe, but it's a guaranteed Monday, Tuesday, right? We got Friday vlogs, yep, guaranteed, and we also have Saturday stories. There you go. All you gotta do is remember the days of the week, and then you will know that I will be posting. Yes, ma'am. So Friday vlogs can consist of study sessions as well. So if you guys like the study sessions, key into the playlist, give me a big thumbs up and let me know if you want more. If you don't and you just like the regular vlogs that I take every now and then, I have my vlogs and I let it, you know, kind of marinate until I'm ready for it to go out. So like sometimes I would vlog like 2 months in advance, and a lot of the things that you'll see me doing is things that I was doing 2 months in advance. The reason why I say all of this is just to let you guys know that I am present on this channel and that I do have, you know, just a slot waiting on Wednesdays for my Writer's Scope series. So a Writer's Scope is a platform where I want you guys to send whatever problems you're going through, whatever things that you need my help on, etc., etc. It can literally be anything. It doesn't have to be relationships. It doesn't specifically have to do with motivation. It can literally be anything. Now I'm gonna link this playlist up above here or here, wherever, but you can send whatever problems you're going through to my email and I will give you the best advice possible. I always try to emphasize this, that my word is not the law. However, I do think that everyone needs a third perspective on their situation just in case they have no idea what to do. So while you may not know who you can go to, I want to be here for you, right? Like I want to keep engaged with you guys so you can stay engaged with me. Now I come on this platform to help everyone and anyone, even if it is just one person. So thank you guys for joining me today, and let's get into this tea. So first off, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you never miss when I post a new video, since I am trying to post 4 times a week, right? Again, forget about last week, right? Like it didn't exist. Let's just not talk about it. So giving you a little bit of update on the LSAT and getting into law school, right? So so let's talk about it, right? Like let's talk about not getting into law school with a 140. Are you surprised? I'm a little bit surprised, not gonna lie to you, but I wasn't exactly like, I wasn't applying to top tier schools, so I'm a little bit surprised because, okay, let me talk about it, right? So like law schools, what I've learned, only care about, of course, the LSAT, number 1, and then it's your undergraduate GPA. So if you didn't do well in undergrad and you thought that you're gonna get a master's to kind of counteract, you know, your grades, don't count on it. So like really and truly, they consider your graduate degree and the graduate degree grades. However, what they really care about is your undergraduate grade because it shows the most consistency throughout the years. It's 4 years as opposed to 2. So while I have a 3.5, I believe, for my final, is it 3.5? 3.45. I have a 3.45 for my final graduate degree GPA. That doesn't matter because my undergraduate GPA is a 2.7. Now, I'm proud of that GPA because my start wasn't all that great, and the highest that I could have made on the in my undergrad whole GPA like career would have been a 3.0 or 3.1, I believe, and I got a 2.7. So even though I was still a little bit far off, I wasn't that far off, but I still worked my butt to make sure I got it. Like I got far. And so my first year, I think I've mentioned that before, but my first year of college, I did not do well at all. I dropped out. I went to a different school. Didn't even know that I was going to go to a different school. My aunt was a lifesaver in that regard. And so once I came back to university, I was going hard at it. But I didn't know that like my goal was to like work hard at everything that I do regardless, and then I wanted to get my master's to help with my career. And then I was like, let me go to law school, because now I have a kind of a track to show like I did well in school, because I know you need a high GPA. Turns out they don't care about your graduate degree. But I say all of this to say, like, I really didn't want this to be super duper long, but I just wanted to give an update that I took the LSAT, and I took it twice. So I took the LSAT in 2019 September, and I got a 140, and that's with minimal studying, right? Like, I thought that like I wanted to take it, get a feel for it, see if I could, you know, see how bad it really was. And it's, to me, it's not as bad as everyone says, but it definitely is, how do I want to put this, it definitely works your brain. Like, you're in your fortitude and your discipline. Like, you really have to be at it for those 35 minutes. The thing that pisses me off is, why do we have an untimed, not an untimed, but an unscored section for 35 minutes and we don't know about it? What's the point? I could talk about that later. But aside from that, I decided to take the LSAT again, because I was like, okay, I cannot get into any schools with that score. Let's try again. So I decided to take it again in January 2020. But my mistake was taking it too soon and thinking that I absolutely had to go to school fall of 2020, right? And I'm thankful that I'm not going to law school this year, because basically law school is planning to be online. And my sister is an attorney, and she was like, no, you don't need that online experience. Like, she didn't suggest going to law school online. So in a nutshell, like, I'm glad that I'm not going this year, but overall it really kills me, because I really wanted to go to school this year. But so I took the LSAT again in January 2020, and I got a 140 again. So my mistake there was not realizing that I was taking a graduate level statistics course, right? Like, so I was in school while I was studying for the September and January LSAT. And so I was studying for the January LSAT, and I hired a tutor, but I wasn't studying the 150 to 300 hours a week, because I had other things to do. I had work, and I just had other things to do, like my classes and stuff like that. So with all that being said, I definitely was not studying as much as I would have liked to have been, but it's not like I didn't want to. I just had different priorities. And so because of that, I made an A in that statistics class, by the way. But besides that, like, it's actually really fun, but I probably should have admitted that. Anyways, back to the main point. I made a 140 again, and I was defeated. Like, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I just excelled this semester in my classes, and you mean to tell me that like I can't pass this damn test? And so I was just kind of like, you know what, I'm just gonna try. So I applied to 9 schools, right? I applied to Quinnipiac, I applied to Temple, I applied to North Carolina Central University, I applied to Thurgood Marshall, the school in Houston. I applied to University of Cincinnati. I applied to FAMU, Florida A&M University. I applied to, I got 4 more. Where else did I apply? Southern University Law Center, which is in Louisiana. I applied to Howard, and I cannot think of the other school, but I also applied to this program called the Clio Edge. I can't think of it right now because it was a lot, but the Clio Edge Pre-Law Scholarship Program. And that program was supposed to help you, you know, prepare for the LSAT, prepare for law school, kind of get, like, if you took that course and you made ranked in a certain level of the program, then they would send your basically your application to the schools, and you were pretty much guaranteed in. So basically that is like a partnership. But I didn't get that because they wanted me to go through their CLIC program, CLIC, where basically I was committed to the school of their choice for 3 years, and the school of their choice were like the bottom of the barrel. To me, in my opinion, it was like the bottom of the barrel, like Vermont Law School or something like that, or like Washburn. I don't even know, schools that I've never even heard of, who specialize in like Native American law. But I'm like, I'm not living on a reserve. Like that's not my background, so I don't know anything like that. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to go through big law. What you talking about, right? Like, it was like, I need, if I'm going to go to law school, I don't want to take the cheater way out, basically. Like, I want to do my dues, pay my dues, and get a scholarship hopefully. And also I want to be able to, you know, I want to be able to put myself in the best position possible. And sadly, I got rejected from every last one of those. So it definitely stung, because a lot of the schools are, you know, top tier. Like for example, one of my tactics that was given to me, someone told me that like if you apply to a lower school, like a school that doesn't have a higher ranking and get accepted, you can, if you don't like it, you can always transfer and go to a different school, right? And so that was my plan, which is why I applied to 2 schools later on. Like it was later, but I applied to 2 schools that weren't as high ranked, and I got rejected by those, and it really hurt me, because I was like, wow, I'm not good enough to go here. And that sounds terrible, because I'm not saying like, oh, you should accept everyone and anyone, but like it really made me feel like you're not even looking at my application. Like I tried so hard, and I worked so hard and long on my personal statement, on making sure my resume was bomb, because it is bomb, you feel me? Like, and I worked really hard in my graduate program because I thought those grades mattered, which they didn't. And it's not like they don't matter, they just don't hold that much of a weight. Like it's considered, but it's like, okay, you did great because you messed up for these 4 years. How do we not know that you're not gonna mess up all these 3 years in law school and then like ruin our reputation, etc.? Like you're not even gonna be a great lawyer. Like I get it. However, I felt like I wasn't even given a chance. Like I wasn't even given the opportunity. And then watch out for this story time, but I got rejected 3 times from the same school. Like, I'm not even gonna mention the school that rejected me 3 times. I didn't even realize that they were rejecting me over and over again, but they did it. And then they said I'm not even gonna tell the story, but I'll tell the story for a different time. Anyways, I just want to come up here and talk about that. Like even though we may be in this rut, even though we may feel like we're not good enough for certain things, I wanted to come to you guys and to let you know that, you know, we're put in different situations for a reason. We're put in different circumstances for a reason. There's a lesson that I probably need to learn before I go to law school, or maybe I don't even need to learn a lesson. Maybe God just wants me to go to law school and get the full experience and not have to take classes online. Like for example, my boyfriend is in med school right now, and he is taking classes online. He loves it. Like he pretty much likes being at home and looking at all of this and studying on his time. But for me, I want to be immersed. I want to be in the classroom. I definitely want to be, you know, there, because I've always wanted to move away for school. Like I've always wanted to kind of separate myself from my family in a sense and kind of be on my own. I want to have that, my own autonomy basically, and build myself as a character when I don't have that help like readily available. Like I want to be able to know who am I when everyone is not so close to me and I can rely on somebody, because I don't know, it's my thing. Like I want to be able to tell that story to my kids one day, teach them that you don't have to rely on everyone, but it's okay to have help. And that's a little bit of my problem. I kind of get it from my mom a little bit. Like we don't really like asking for help, but you know, it is what it is. Like I'm trying to teach myself to not be so reliant on other people, but I'm also trying to teach myself that it's okay to be reliant on other people, because I fall in this like weird line where it's like I want to talk to people, but I know the repercussions of doing so sometimes, like when you talk too much. So I'm just like, I'll just say enough, right? And like even when I need help, more often than not, I'm not gonna ask for help, because I just feel like it just doesn't make me feel good, and I want to get out of that, because it's like it's okay to ask for help. So that's basically what I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about. I just wanted to let you know my endeavors, what I'm currently going through at the moment. It's ridiculous, but I mean, it's not ridiculous, it's understandable, but it's also ridiculous because damn. But you know, like it happens, life happens. Maybe I'm not ready. Like I definitely didn't want to be 24 and not be in school, but this gives me the opportunity to save a hell of a lot before I go into school. This gives me the opportunity to take the LSAT in October, which I'm going to do, and which I'm going to blow it out of the water, because that is the goal, and the goal is to get a scholarship. Okay, so like I definitely have less than 4 months now, but I started in June. I believe I started June 6th. I started that the first week of June, but like I started taking it seriously June 6th. And then there's been a couple days where I didn't have the motivation to continue with it. Well, not even to continue with it, to study that week. But I tried putting my grind in other places so that way I didn't feel like a complete failure. But that's besides the point. So yes, that's basically all I wanted to come up here and talk to you guys about. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you never miss when I post a new video. Thank you guys for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.